Hey everyone, this is Laurel again. Laurel, how's everyone doing? As you can see, I'm doing well, by the way. I'm flying solo today. So first of all, thank you so very much for all the nice words about Dorian. He was beyond excited. First thing he did when he left, I think the next day he went to visit Grandma, and he took the iPad and pulled it up, and he was showing her that he was on YouTube and the video. So thank you very much for all the great words, and he enjoyed himself, so I'm glad you guys enjoyed having him. So like I said, I'm flying solo. I won't get to see him again until the end of the month. We're actually going apple picking. It's our annual thing. We've been doing it for, what year is this? Like 19 years now. So hopefully when he's here, I can get in a quick video with him in it. So hopefully you guys may get to see him again. But on to what's going on. One, I just released, today is the Sunday the 9th of September. And I just released my latest pattern, which is a crochet one this time. It is my big button cowl, and it is out there on sale through next Saturday at 20% discount. And I also put all my other patterns on 20% discount, but only for an additional day, so through tomorrow, the 10th. So if there's something that you wanted, or you missed the last two pattern releases, you can get them at 20% off. My thanks to all my testers, Mo of Mo's, shoot, I thought I wrote that down. Mo's Crochet Creations? I'll write it down. Mo Unseen Strands, Mo of Unseen Strands, Debbie of the Canadian Crocheter, and Rena, I don't remember your name, but I will put it down below, and Angelia. Thank you guys so very much for helping out. Okay, what am I doing? Whips. I actually try to write down notes this time to keep me on track. You're going to hear ambient noises again, and thank you again about the comments about the noises. Yes, they were a royal pain last time, but all in all, it was fun just watching their faces annoy the heck out of me last time. So the lawnmower is going. I'm outside on the deck again. It was hot as heck last week. We had another resurgence of heat up through Thursday, and then about 4 o'clock on Thursday, the skies opened up, and I was actually trapped, and I was going to return something at the store, and I got trapped in my car because the skies just opened up, and there's no way I could get out. And since then, the temperature plummeted like about 20 degrees. So it's been quite cool. Last night, I actually had to get up and put on long pants and a long shirt because it was just too cold for me. I hate being cold. I hate being next to snakes. I hate being cold. Like the worst thing ever. Anyway, so their noises, someone just started mowing their lawn and outside life. Anyway, so what am I working on? Oh, I'm also doing the customary podcast thing today and having some tea. I am having some Tazo Chai Classic. I love the smell of it. It's like fall and Christmas rolled into one. All the spices, which I absolutely love. I put cinnamon and nutmeg and pumpkin spice and everything all year long, so I love it. The one thing though, as I get older, I'm noticing that all the teas, I hate a weak tea, and all the teas I love are giving me serious heartburn. I still drink it, but I pay for it after. So if anyone has any recommendations other than herbal teas, you know, they're okay, but I like my robust teas. Something that doesn't give heartburn. That would be great. Enough babbling. Works in progress. What am I doing? I need to move my tea before I get yarn in it. I packed a bag with all my whips. Okay. So I am still working on the Hotel of Bees I'm determined to get it done this time. And then once I'm done, I will actually rip out the one that I started before, which just wasn't working out weight-wise. So last time I showed it, I think I was here. I had just done the second wing. And all I've added so far is the small honeycomb and the second set of bees. You can see it here. Ooh, that lawnmower is sounds like it's getting close, so, oh well. So I'm about to start the smaller regular honeycomb section in the cream. So I'm not sure if I'm going to get to that this week, because this other cowl that I wanted to do, and for some reason I have not started it, and I don't know why. The Tree of Life. The first part has come out, and for some reason I just haven't started it yet, and I don't know why. Probably because I'm a little overwhelmed with all my whips, and the fact that even though I knew it was happening, my first craft fair is this coming Saturday the 15th, and it just feels like it totally crept up on me, and I am not prepared. Everything is still packed away, and all the latest things I've done, I've kept up putting on my labels on it, but I haven't put any of the price tags on it. So yeah, Saturday, it's coming up. So I have that to do, so I need to get that started. I'm hoping to at least, you know, do the first couple of rows to get it started sometime this week. So that will be for the Tree of Life. And this again is Touch of Alpaca. And yes, I got it on clearance at Michael's. The other thing I'm still working on in this bag, which Mingma, if you're looking, I really do love this size. It's great for a hat or for a really small project. And I just love looking at the little hedgehogs. Is the really no name, just a beanie that I started with the Karen and Pantone yarn. And as you can see, I only have one left because I just balled up the fourth color. 1, 2, 3, fourth color to start, because I just finished the third color. So I really hope that's not too loud, but I'm not stopping. So that's that. I need to add on the new color and get going, and I should have enough. Yeah, after that next color, then I am just going to use the last one to do the decrease, and I should be good. I don't think there'll be a pom-pom. The other thing that I started, a lot of us today. It's gonna happen. The other thing I started was a beanie for my newest cousin, is turning 1 on Wednesday, and the birthday party is on Saturday. My husband's niece, my other cousin, also turns 22 on the same day. And then my husband's niece is turning 11 on Friday, and both the birthday parties are on Saturday, as well as my craft fair. I gotta remember to look at the camera. So I'm gonna miss his first birthday party, which is sad. My craft fair, it's not over till 4, and by the time I'm done and back home, it probably won't be till 5:30, and the party starts at 2, blah blah blah. So we'll be going to my husband's niece's gathering instead. But I started a hat for him, and I'm pretty sure it's too small. Yeah, I thought I cast it on the right number, and I used the German twisted cast on, and everyone's saying that it's stretchy, but I feel like it has the same stretch as the regular, what do you call, long tail. And the German twisted is just another version of that. So I use I'm way out of it today. It's early. I don't even think it's 11 o'clock yet in the morning. It's early for me on the weekend. This is the Lion Brand jeans yarn. I've watched it and I've wanted to use coupons, and every time I go to buy it, Joann's has it on sale, and I'm not about that life because I can't use my coupons. So I was finally able to get one. This is the classic one. There is the I think it's called New Colorway, which is a much darker, you know, like the dark blue jeans pants, the one that, you know, leave blue indigo color all over your skin, so when you're in the shower it all comes out, or it's all on your hands or on everything. That's the new one. This is the classic, and then there's a lighter one. I forget what it's called. Maybe stonewashed, I don't know. But anyway, I wanted to get it done quick, so I doubled it. But because I did, it's too small. So I'm gonna finish this, and I'm gonna have to start a different one for him. And I think I'm just gonna do it. I have Lion Brand Thick and Quick in River Run, which is very similar to this colorway. So I think I'm gonna do it in that instead. It's, you know, it's part wool, this is part cotton. So I think it would be better since it's getting colder. And I'll be able to get that done in a day. So I will do that. I think I'm gonna stop this for now and start on the Thick and Quick one. I'm rambling, it seems like, today. So let's warm up. It's not too bad now, but it's really overcast, and it rained a little, I think, yesterday. I don't remember, but it's just overcast, and it looks like it's like pea soup up in the sky right now. So I don't think we're gonna get much sun, and if it does, probably not for long. Anyway, the other whip kind of not started yet, but I am wearing, this is my shell stitch beanie, and this hat, as you can tell, probably tell, it's super fuzzy. It is well worn. This is pretty much what I wore, not this past winter, the winter before that. This is pretty much what I wore all winter. So this is the Facet Yarn by Loops and Threads from Michaels. Remember that? Excuse me. I love that yarn. I still have this one and one more in my stash I've been holding on to make a hat just for me. This color was alabaster something, or something alabaster, and I love it. It was neutral enough to go with everything, but I've kind of worn this to death. So and this is another version of my my tags that I do, the ones that you guys have been seeing on my other projects. Which one? This one is from an Etsy seller called All This Wood. This one and another round one I usually use on my toys, which I'll probably show you there. I get from another Etsy seller that I've been using for a while. He's super great to work with. He customizes things for you. He also does my my suede labels that I have. I have two types. One's on here that I'll show you. So I'll put his information down below. He is really, really nice to work with, very accommodating. So anyway, so Facet Yarn, it came out, it was well loved, and they got rid of it. Like, you know, I think it only made one season, so to speak, and I really wish they'd bring it back. But I have this and one other left in my stash for myself. So I'm gonna make another one of these for, I need a little more color this right now, so I'm gonna make another one of these for myself. And then the other one I'm going to use to make my favorite hat pattern. Yes, I do patterns now, but my favorite hat pattern is called a Divine Hat, as I've mentioned before. So I'm gonna use that to make a Divine Hat, and hopefully it'll be enough. Okay, so those are my whips. And oh, the other thing I forgot to mention, I'd shown this bag before. This is Angelia's bag. It's from Angelia, the little Xenia patch. She's actually having a 70% off sale in her Etsy store right now. I just purchased a few things because how can you resist a good sale? So great prices, deep discount, way too low than she really should be selling, but I'm guessing she's trying to clear it out to put new stuff in. So check her out. She has, I think there are maybe 3 or 4 bags left in her shop, as well as some stitch markers. All right, so that is it for whips. Okay. Let's see. Oh, the other thing that I didn't mention as a cowl that's going on is the Havana Cal by, of course, I don't remember, and I'll put it there. I mentioned last time it's a gorgeous, there's so many stitch patterns in there, and the colors, I want to do it, but it calls for a lot of yarn. It can either be done in DK or worsted, and it's a lot of yarn that I don't have enough in my stash, and I really don't want to buy new yarns. So I'm trying to see how I can make it work. If anything, I would have to buy the main color. And right now I'm thinking of using Studio Classic by Nicole. It's the AC Moore in-house brand. If you have an AC Moore, it's usually right next to the Super Saver. It's pretty much in competition with Super Saver. It's much softer than the Super Saver. So I have one of the jumbo skeins of, I think, an off-white, but I don't know if I want to do off-white, so I don't know. The pattern for that is supposed to be, excuse me, oh goodness, outside is making everything itchy. The pattern is supposed to be free during the cowl. I'm pretty sure I had a link in my previous video, but I'll put one again this time. So the pattern's free during the cowl, and then it will go as a paid pattern after. So I'm hoping to start it. I don't know. I want to do it all, but I don't have time, and it's craft fair season. I am just discombobulated. It's a good word for me right now. Anyway, onwards. Finished objects. So last time I showed the big button cowl that I had done in this colorway, which is marble of Thick and Quick. And what I had left over, I made another of my Kalina headbands. And again, this is my label that I use on my hats and headbands. And this is the one from All This Woods. And then I had a little bit left, but not enough, so I just added some black Thick and Quick. And I did this a lot last year with my scraps. I just put them together to make headbands. So this now comes in a mommy and me set, pretty much. Oops. And then the other one, I love the mustards and the, what's it called? There's mustard, and there are two colors that are very similar. Pumpkin? Not pumpkin. I'll look it up. Of the Thick and Quick that I love, and this is one of them, and I absolutely love it. So that's another one, and this was just scrap that I had. I have a bag of all my chunky scraps, and while I was making this and looking for something to go with this one, I found the little ball that I have left of this. I feel like I cannot talk today, for the love of me. Okay, the next thing is my 2-button cowl. I started writing this up, and I'm still stuck on this portion here. I think I've almost gotten it down, but this is it. It's done in Hometown USA, and I've tried other yarns, and it's either Hometown USA or Heartfelt Heritage by plane going overhead. Heartfelt Heritage by Studio by Nicole, which is AC Moore brand. Those are the two that I prefer making this in. And last time I showed it, I only had 1 button, but in the past I've always done 2 buttons. Initially I had them here. Last year I started putting them 1 here and 1 here. And now that I'm doing this a little differently, I'm back to putting it here for now. Oh, and this is one of the other tags that I use on my finished items. This is the suede one, and it's just a thinner version with just my name on it. And this is from the same Etsy seller that I will put down below. Like I said, he's really, really great to work with. I actually first heard about him on, what is her name? She is American, but she lives in Sweden. She hasn't put out it's a knitting podcast, and Stitched in Sweden is what it's called. And she hasn't put out a video in a really long time. Her name is Maria Monska. I think she just got married either earlier this year or last year. So I used to watch her a lot. Like I said, I watched a lot of knitting podcasts before we had so many lovely crocheting podcasts around. And I heard about him through her podcast, and I contacted him, and since then I think it's been like 3-4 years, and he's awesome to work with. So okay, the other thing that I did, I made a couple of amigurumis. Oh, I forgot to bring, I'll have to go get that, the snowy owl. I'll have to go get it. But I just did a couple of my octos. And this is the other label that I use from that same, it's not gonna, make it a focus? From the same Etsy seller. So I did these two. This is the same yarn as the Karen Big Cake that I used for, what did I use it for? For the iguana. And it is a big cake, and I just rewound it. And it's still a pretty good cake, so I started using it, and I may just keep going and make all the octos in green, because I've been making a lot of bright colors that I have, and I figured these would be good for the boys who come to my tables at the fairs. Okay, the other thing that I have done, the Cal Central group on Facebook, like I said, they have ongoing cows all year long. The last one they have this year is the holiday stash down. I decided early on to use it just to, again, stash down. And the latest pattern is, or the first pattern that came up, is by the Underground Crafter, Marie something or other. I don't remember her last name, but it's called the Pop of Color Waves beanie, and it's basically you know, that wave pattern, not the chevron-y wave, but a wave pattern with 3 colors, very contrasting colors. So this is mine. This is all Big Twist Premium, which has gone away. I just bought a bunch out of the clearance bin last week. They were $1.47. They're usually $3.99, I think. It's my favorite worsted weight. It's a nice beefy worsted weight. I think what in the UK they call Aran weight, but I love it. But I love this. This is just a little brighter than it's showing on camera, but it's a nice turquoisey green color. So that's the pop. And then this reminds me of chocolate and caramel, and this is, I think, chocolate, and this is, I think this is cinnamon. But I love this combo. So that's the first one I made, and it was going to be the only one I made. But I also have sitting on my desk from a project from last year. I reskeined the yarn, and it's just been sitting on my desk because I was determined to use it rather than just sticking it back in. I made one in Scarfy yarn. I actually made one of these for somebody last year, and she wanted a really bigger size in specific colors. This burgundy and gray color, and this worked out, and I had extra. So yeah, so this is all in Scarfy, and Scarfy is like a, I guess, ombre. Is it ombre or gradient type color? It went from grays to gray, and this is Oxford gray or charcoal gray and claret, something like that. And then I forget what this color's called, but it's like a slate blue color. So that's on the brim and the pom-pom. So that's these two. And the Scarfy, we all know, has wool in it, and this is all acrylic. Oh, and then the last thing is and the lighting here, I'm under an umbrella, so it's not showing, but this is just my fringe triangle cowl. I'm actually trying to update the pattern. It's going to be a couple weeks before I have the update posted. But right now it has 2 sizes, and just based on my last few fairs, my last couple of years of fairs, people wanted a little bigger, so it's going to be 3 sizes. The 2 that are out there are going to be small and medium, and this is going to be the large size. So I'm just tweaking it a bit. Oh wow, I cannot speak today. I'm tweaking it. So this is Thick and Quick again in the colorway Sequoia, which I think they've totally discontinued because I can't find it anywhere. And I actually found these on clearance at Walmart like a year ago. They were at $3 clearance. So I'm pretty sure I have just a little ball left of it, and then that's it for Sequoia. So it's just one. So that's it. And let me go get Snowy Owl, and I shall be back. Okay, so I had shown before the Snowy Owl that I'd finished. It's by, oh, I'd done a picture because I'd forgotten to actually show it. Ooh, I might pull a Kalisha because there's this yellow jacket, just this one that just doesn't want to go away, and it's just there. So if you see me panic, it's eyeing me. I'm ready for it though. I mixed a spray bottle to get it to go away. Okay. Anyway, the Snowy Owl, which I'd shown pictures of either my last podcast or the one before, it's by Valerie of Old Soul Crochet Co. And so this is the actual one that I had finished, and it's huge. This is me. Oh, lighting. This is me, and this is the Snowy Owl. It's huge, and she must have really tight tension because she called for an 11.5 millimeter P hook. I went down to I do have that hook, but I went down to a 10 millimeter because it just seemed really loose, and even with the 10, it still came out loose. Hers, you really can't see much through that. You know, once you put the stuffing, you can see a little bit, but hers is so much tighter. And what I notice is she crochets where she instead of yarning over, she kind of grabs the yarn and pulls it. I think it's sort of like, I had seen someone who once said they knit and that's why they pull it, or some people do crochet that way. Instead of yarning over, they pull the yarn in. So she crochets that way. I'm not sure if that helps with her, makes her tension tighter, or she's just naturally a tighter crocheter, but mine was definitely looser, even with a 10 millimeter opposed to the 11.5. So I wanted to make it again. But I also wanted a smaller one, and I didn't want to have to use the nylon in there because I can't seem to get everything shaped the way she did. No matter how much I've prodded and poked, it's a little distorted. Plus, you know, me, I always sew things crooked, which is why I think the crooked smile helps. So I decided to do a different one, and I didn't want it in regular, you know, worsted. I wanted something with a little texture to it, the way the blanket yarn does, but I couldn't find a thinner yarn that's similar to this, that's white. So I decided, you know what, why bother? Because I had gone to the store twice looking. I had Premier Parfait yarn, which is basically, it's velvety, and it's a thinner version basically of the blanket yarn, but I think softer to the touch. So I used that with a 3.5 millimeter hook, and oh my god, I totally love it. And the second time too, I was also able to there's a stitch that she does to pull the eye in, and I couldn't get it quite right on this one, so I think I did a better job here. I totally love this little version. I mean, So I had the Parfait yarn in a bright yellow and a brown. How freaking adorable is this? I love it. I love her because I gave her lashes too. I love her. I love her. I love her. I want to make another one. Not quite yet, but I gotta find the right color. But oh my god, look at the difference. It's like even smaller than the head of the other one. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Now, she does have the pattern. If you want the written pattern, she has it for sale. I think it's $7 on sale. And I know that's usually more than we see patterns for, but there's a lot of work involved in this. And the feather is a technique. If it's out there, I've never seen it before, so it's her own stitch that she's done. And I think, I mean, doesn't it work? It's just great. I think the alternative would have been to do some kind of crocodile stitch back here, but this is just so much better. But oh, I love it. It's just right in your hands. So I had to make modifications. Like I said, different yarn. Ooh, my battery's gonna run out too. Different yarn, different hook. I also used my label on here. 3.5 millimeter for the body. I had sport weight yarn because I needed to get the beak small and I couldn't use regular worsted. But I doubled up the sport weight. This is Knit Picks Brava Sport. And I did that in a 3.25 hook, I think. Yeah. And then this is, what is that? This is Heartland in Yellowstone. I think this colorway is gone too, because I definitely got this on clearance. I did this in 2.75 because it was just coming out so big. So much so that I had to eliminate the back part. So if you look at the big one, it has this piece here. I had to get rid of that in order for it to fit because it was just way too big. Yep, and then the eyes, I only did 2 rounds of the black, whereas she has 3, and then did that. And I'm debating whether or not to give it a smile, but it's just so cute. So Valerie, if you do see this, oh, the bugs. It's genius. I love it. It's involved. It's a lot of work, and you got to pay attention to what you're doing. It's a paid pattern, but she has. It was a Cal she did on IGTV, but she has the videos on Instagram. Not Instagram. She has the videos now on her YouTube channel. I do recommend it, that you do need the videos to be able to do this, because I thought I'd be able to do it again, and I needed the videos again. But the rest of it is just regular, you know, following along a regular amigurumi pattern, but this you need. But oh my god, I love it. Oh, the other thing that I didn't go down all the way to I think she went down to like 6 stitches for the neck and then started back up. I didn't. I left it at 12, so it makes it less wobbly. And then that way I didn't have to do, she did some anchoring of the head to the body of the big one, which I didn't actually care for. So I think this works out better. And next time I would definitely get some kind of dowel to put in the head to help with the wobbliness. But this is okay. But oh my god, it's so cute. So that's it. I wanted to keep this short, and that's not happening, huh? Under 30 minutes. That's it. My tea's probably cold now. Lukewarm. What else? The giveaway is still planned, but I am at, I think, 630 subscribers. If it doesn't, it doesn't. Thank you guys for watching again. And I will talk to you guys later. I don't think I have any Columbo moments today, so alright. Talk to you guys. Thanks for watching. Bye.